specializes. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald Dozier, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. All right, whoops, there we go, hold on. Still working out the transitions. Good morning to everybody. Today is January 23rd, 2024. Welcome to Tuesday, episode 541 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Dozier, and over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Senfless, also known as Dave, Alfredo, Marcus Kyler jumping in just for a minute to yell yeet, and get on out of here. Carl, Ron, Angular, Jay, and Michelle, Omni Investment, subscriber number 31 out of 100,000. So many folks in chat right now coming in hot. Logan Fuller over on LinkedIn, Cyber Newbie on YouTube. Guys, whether you're a long time, first time, or whether you're LinkedIn or YouTube, we're all of us, me, you, Cat GPT, Paul Savage, Doug, we're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of these stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you leverage this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders? And if you're looking to break in the industry, gather around, friends, because you are more than welcome to be here too. And bonus, you will be getting value from the stream. You'll be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? This is the answer. You'll also want to be networking professionally within the community to find those job opportunities. 2 windows over, that's the answer. And you'll need to get exposed to terminology, concepts, and, basically current developments in the industry to better prepare yourself to take the theoretical learning you're getting from lectures and videos and stuff and have it apply into reality of what we're doing day in and day out. And that's what's about to happen over the next 45 minutes. So sit back, relax. We got a great show for you. Before I do all the face melting, I do want to say shout out and love to the stream sponsors who enable me to get up here every morning with a big pot of coffee and just get silly. Starting with Barricade Cyber Solutions. My friends over there, Casually Joseph, Eric Taylor, so many, they are dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions, they are awesome, and they know how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. If you're looking to go right of boom, that's Barricade Cyber. You're looking to go left of boom, this is where we operate here in the world of InfoSec. Check out Panoptcy Security, longtime sponsor. Love myself some Brandon Poole. Get a partner who understands your cyber program and your business goals. Listen, guys, there's too much for everyone to do everything, so you got to pick and choose what to do. How do you pick and choose? How do you make sure you're choosing the thing that's going to drive the most cyber risk reduction, the thing that is worth the investment of your dollars? Have you ever accidentally spent budget on a tool that just duplicated controls you already had in the environment? I know it sounds ridiculous, but guess what? It happens all the time. CISOs love to do it because they buy it, and now they bought themselves like a 3-year runway as they implement, and then another 3 months while they're baselining. And then by that time, the CISOs found a new job and they quit and they go on somewhere else. That might be repressed emotional damage that I'm digging up right here. But what I just said is true. Ask me at Jaw Jacking on Wednesday and I'll explain what I'm talking about. Anyways, long story short, what I would say is if you're looking for tactical advantage on doing a tabletop exercise, doing a quantified risk assessment, Panoptcy's got your back. You're looking for a long-term vision. How do we mature our program in 2024? Panoptcy's got your back. Basically, think of Panoptcy as like a magic 8-ball, and whatever question you ask, the ball is going to come up and say, yes, we do that. Panoptcy Security, panoptcy.com. Check them out. Links in the description below. Also, Antisyphon training. My man, loving Antisyphon training. Definitely stay tuned to the mid-roll because they have a banger of an opportunity next week for $0, which is this right here, Active Defense and Cyber Deception. Remind me at the mid-roll and get your put on SPF 5000 on your face, because I'm going to be blowing so much heat. It's a face melter what Antisyphon's doing coming up next week. All right. Hey, listen, I don't prep or research for any of these shows. I come with a pot of coffee and hot takes all over the place. So we're going to be doing it. I base it on the 20 years of experience I have in the industry. I freaking love cybersecurity, so I got something to say no matter what the stories are. So we're going to ride this train together, my friends. I do want to tell you that each episode of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief, just like episode 541, is worth half a CPE. CompTIA, ISACA, ISC squared, probably any other one that you need to worry about. This is a instructor-led webinar. I am, for all intents and purposes, not that I walk around puffing my chest out and saying this, but I am qualified to be up here instructing about cybersecurity, okay? So it qualifies. Say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot, file it in a folder on your desktop, come back every single day, half a CPE. Micro transactions, they're not going to matter. Half a CPE doesn't change anything. You come back every weekday morning for the year, you're going to blow out your CPEs, I guarantee you. And if you're looking for just like one straight up home run shot, check out Cybersecurity 101, because what we're doing over there is 22 CPEs. Ask me more about that later. I don't know if you guys saw the post I made on LinkedIn, but it was hot. All right, guys. If you're a regular here, drop a hashtag Team SC in chat. I see Rhonda Rummerfield in the low country dropping a hashtag Team SC. Good to see you, Rhonda. We are one community, y'all. We are one Simply Cyber community. I'm a member. I might be up here yelling in this mic, but I'm a member. Jesse Johnson's a member. Marcus Kyler, Tom Bishop. Even if it's your first day, you're a member. Welcome to the party, pal. But if it is your first day, drop a hashtag Team. No. If it's your first day, you are Team SC, but also drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Why? Because we love welcoming new people. We want a warm reception for anybody that's just wandering in. You ever walked into a group of people and you feel a little awkward because you feel like you're invading or interloping? That's not what we're doing here. So if it's your first time on the show, hashtag first timer, and let us welcome you with open arms. Hey, Magwitch, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party. Magwitch, you see all those John McClane emotes? Those are for you and all the other first timers. We're saying welcome to the party, pal. Make the circle wider. It's going to be all about good times. Chris Young dropping love on BSAC. Hey, Mel Cobb's passing the ISC2 CC exam. Nice job. Andrea Ordaz, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Love it. All right, guys. It is a Tuesday, which means I got to go teach at the Citadel. We're coming off hot off the show. So let's sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. I will see each and every single one of you at the mid-roll. Let's have a great show today. Let's go.
From the CSO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. I'm Lauren Verno. Google patches first Chrome zero-day vulnerability of the year. You could say it was a big day for 0 days as Google announced a new patch for the CVE 2024-0519 exploit. The company swiftly addressed the issue by...
All right, hold on. We have immediately come off the rails on a crazy train. Okay. Lauren Verno is talking about a Chrome 0 day that's been patched, yet the first story on the blog post is about Thailand courts attempting to suppress data leaks. Let us investigate. I do not see anything here around that. Mods. I think we've got another problem with CISO series. Throw it on the tire fire. All right. So, hey, we're going to do this in real time, guys. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to back the sound. I'm going to back the pod up. I'm going to listen to what she's saying. Then I'm going to, did I pull the wrong story? No. I'm definitely listening to today's podcast. They must have screwed up the audio to the blog post. Whatever. I can't fix it right now. I'm live. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to listen to Lauren and I'm going to dynamically pull up the stories. And like I told you, I literally have no idea what stories are going to come, even more now. So bear with me as we do this, okay? Here we go.
Chrome 0-day vulnerability of the year. You could say it was a big day for 0 days as Google announced a new patch for the CVE 2024-0519 exploit. The company swiftly addressed the issue by releasing the update less than a week after the first reports rolled in. The 0-day fix is now available for users in the stable desktop channel, including versions for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Although Google mentioned the security update might take a few days to officially roll out, Bleeping Computer reported the updates were already accessible. An urgent warning.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Let's do this really quick. Now we're backtracking. All right, so this is the audio from the 17th. Yep. All right, so CISO series, another grave issue. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We cannot listen to the pod. All right, and I will tell you that I did the ChatGPT reporting. I will do that again today, but I will do it less ridiculous. Okay, some people complained that my Harry Carey on the scene reporter action was a hot mess on fire. So I will do similar stuff, but I'm not going to do as ridiculous. Okay, so here we go. This is us executing the business continuity plan. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. I am your host. Who should be my my reporter identity? Is it Kent Brockman? Is Kent Brockman the Simpsons reporter or whatever? Let me just check this really quickly. We're gonna do this. This is happening right now. Wait, damn. Hold on, I got so much going on right now. I was really not expecting. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We are pivoting. Pivot. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Simply Cyber's episode 541. I am your host, reporting live, Kent Brockman. Cyber criminals leaked massive volumes of data, stolen PII data from Thailand in dark web. Johnny 5, our local Thailand Simply Cyber community member, may have thoughts on this. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Oh yeah, okay. I'm Ron Burgundy. All right, cyber criminals leaked massive volumes of data. The criminal court in Thailand ordered the blocking of website 9near.org due to threats of disclosing PII on 55 million Thai citizens. The site claimed to have obtained this data from vaccine registration records, including full names, birth dates, card numbers, etc. The hacktivist group 9near made the data breach announcement on their breach forum. Let's see. On January 11th, Naraka listed stolen data from Chulabook for sale on breach forums as well. Okay, so cybercriminals targeted government and military sectors disclosing confidential. And why does Thailand face an increasing wave of cyber threats? Okay, so here's the deal. Apparently, I did not read this, or I was unaware of this, but it appears that in Thailand, there is an increase in activity in hacktivism and cyber threat actors. If I had to guess, I would think that there's some political upheaval going on in Thailand. I haven't heard any of this. Again, Johnny 5 in chat is our local man on the street in Thailand. And Johnny 5, if I'm getting this wrong, please advise. So there's obviously some type of activity. If there's a hacktivist group doing something, hacktivists operate on ideology. Okay, so it's not money, it's not power. It is literally trying to right a perceived wrong. Now, two things that I would advise in this particular story. Many of us don't operate in Thailand, so this is more of an interesting thing than really anything else. Johnny 5's confirming there has been some recent changes in government, which absolutely is consistent with what I was thinking. Usually, hacktivism and ideology upheaval is tied to corrupt government or government moving in a direction that's not enjoyed by everybody. One key thing that I would like to advise on, this is a really quick story point. The website for the hacktivist group that is leaking stuff is 9near.org. Now, it used to be back in the day to get a .org TLD or top level domain, right? Like whatever, simplycyber.org. You had to like kind of prove, or at least I always thought you had to prove that you were like a nonprofit or you were legit, like, NGO or some type of like organization. You couldn't, like, .com was for like business and private and, for profit, and .org was like not righteous, but that's not the case. Like, anyone, you could set up like, I'm a wicked badass. Oh, sorry, Kennedy. I'm a wicked bad A cyber criminal threat actor.org, right? Like, there's nothing stopping you from that. You know why? Because
Great cash, homie.
people who sell top level domains, they want to make straight cash, homie. So they will sell you a .org, a .io, a whatever. Now, I believe you cannot buy a .edu without proving that you are education. You could definitely not buy a .gov unless you are government, but .org has kind of slipped through the cracks. So don't think that .orgs are above the law. Okay, this isn't Seagal. By the way, just as a fun fact, actually asked me during my Tidbits Tuesday, Chris Young, remind me, I got 2 Tidbits Tuesdays, and I think we're going to have the time today. Remind me about Steven Seagal on Tidbits Tuesday. I got a great one to share with you guys. It's a dirty, was it a dirty pleasure? I guess one of those things. All right, so long story short, if you're a Thai citizen, your PII has probably been leaked. Welcome to the party, pal, as far as getting the letter saying that your privacy and security is important to whatever organization just leaked it.
Welcome to the party, pal.
From Citrix to patch
I'm
2
sorry.
zero-day vulnerabilities. The 0 days.
I'm so conditioned to hit the play button. Apparently, Casually Joseph is confirming that you can take over .gov TLD. So, all right. Hey, I'm Ron Burgundy. CISA emergency directive demands action on Ivanti 0 days. The U.S. security agency led by Our Lady of Cybersecurity, Jen Easterly. Where's my Jen Easterly emote? My Our Lady of Cybersecurity, Jen Easterly, also shreds on a guitar. Also is super cool. Also is wicked awesome. Has issued emergency directive 2401 to address 2 0 days being actively exploited, which means, listen up, everybody. If you are running these things, you are at high risk. The vulnerabilities are related to, and this is the key, Ivanti Connect Secure and Ivanti Policy Secure. If you're running either of these technologies, Ivanti Connect Secure or Ivanti Policy Secure, you need to pause the show. I know we're having a wicked good time here, but you guys, if you're running these techs, you need to get going and fix these things. CISA director, that's right, ChatGPT. You're not good enough friends with Jen yet to refer to her as Jen. You refer to her as CISA director. Jen emphasized the urgency of reducing risks in federal systems and urged all orgs using these products to follow the directive. All right, so the researchers have found over 1,700 compromised devices, most likely using Shodan. And Avanti's rolling out patches while CISA advises downloading the mitigation. So here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. If you're running Ivanti Connect Secure or Policy Secure, there's 2 things you need to do. First of all, one is obviously you need to be mindful of it, right? But that's not really the number one thing. First of all, you can't just patch it. You gotta patch it. Okay, because Ivanti hasn't released the patches. You have to do patch management. You can't, like, literally, this is like real money, real businesses, real operations. You can't just throw a patch in. This isn't like a lab in college where you're just like, oh, if it doesn't work, I'll reboot it. Like, you have to make sure that the patches don't cause harm to the business, right? Patches, they help close security gaps, but they are not like without fault. Sometimes a patch will break something else. So you have to do it slowly and methodically. Okay. In the interim, CISA has released risk mitigation guidelines, which is basically you can do some things in the interim until the patches are done and you're ready to go. All right. So Shodan is showing right now. You could see, like, BSEC dropped this in chat real quick. You could see it if you're watching on stream. 332 devices reporting back Avanti. Many in the United States. You can see the United States is red hot. So like basically here's the deal, guys. It's basically simple. You're exposed and you're being actively exploited. You don't have a solution yet, but you do have a way to minimize the risk, right? And then put a patch in place, right? Think of it like whatever. It's just like The Walking Dead. If anybody watched the Walking Dead series, or basically any zombie apocalypse story, right? You've got your fort, right? And then like, let's say there's a fire and your like wood wall that protects you from the walkers or from whatever you want to call it, your wood wall is on fire. That is your vulnerability. That is your active exploitation of Avanti, right? So what you can do is you need to rebuild the wall. But in the interim, you can just keep throwing buckets of water on it and kind of tamper down the degradation of the integrity of the wall until CISA can go cut down some more trees. Until Avanti can go cut down more trees. That's basically what's happening. CISA has provided you with buckets of water that you can just keep throwing on there and hopefully tamp down the burning of your wall, while Avanti goes and cuts down half the forest and brings you a bunch of logs to put up in your little new barrier to replace the wall. And the threat actor, the zombies that are like scratching at your wall, those are basically threat actors who are just like zombies. They don't know where the problem is, but they're just kind of like poking around on the internet, poking around your wall, scraping at it, looking for weaknesses, looking for those Avanti things. And basically Shodan is essentially one zombie who's not stupid yelling at the other zombies, like banging a pot over by the firewall going, there's a really big problem over here. Come check this out. Okay. Please allow me to make these comparisons for The Walking Dead. But I think, hey, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was a fair, accurate metaphor to convey what's going on here. TLDR, implement the mitigations and then patch it. Oh, you got to patch it. You got to patch it. All right. Moving on to the next story. Cybersecurity startup funding hits 5-year low, drops 50% from 2022. Ooh, that is not good. Cybersecurity startups raised $8.2 billion in 692 ventures deals in 2023, down from $16 billion and 941 in 2022. That is a significant drop, by the way, guys. 50% is substantial. Only 3 cybersecurity startups raised rounds over $100 million in 2023, including Blue Voyant, Island, and Verkada. I will tell you, I've never heard of Blue Voyant. I've never heard of Island. And Verkada, I only know because I got a Yeti mug from them because they were doing this ridiculous giveaway where you just like sign up and they'll send you a Yeti mug. And I got a couple of them. Never attended. That's the thing with these VCs. They get hundreds of millions of dollars. They just like freaking throw merch at you. Really quick, Slay Silence says, good morning, everyone. 2-month lurker, first-time chatter. Judges, are we going to call that a first-timer? Agreed.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Stay silent. Welcome to the party, the chat party. Working on my Google search. Just got done with basics of Linux. Happy to be part of the community. Happy to have you in the community. Investors are cautious due to poor decisions and high valuations, and startups from 2021 need to raise follow-on funding or consider selling themselves. I will say that the need for cybersecurity measures through technology investments does remain high, and cybersecurity does continue to be a top concern for companies. But investors are cautious due to past poor decisions. All right, here's the deal. All right, guys, let me take my glasses off now. I'm Jerry. Here's the deal. 2 things to report on. 1, dude, people are coming up with ideas all over the place. You slap AI on it. Cybersecurity is in high demand. Venture capitalists and people that are equity investors, they're playing like long-term 10-year deals, okay? This is reported from Ian Garrett, CEO and co-founder of Phalanx. They are playing the long game, 5-10 years. They're expecting for every 10 investments they make, they're expecting 7 to fail, right? And 3 to pop, and maybe one of them's a unicorn. So, with recession, with inflation, with less spending being done in business, there's less market opportunity. Again, this story this show and most of us, we mainly focus on operations of security, right? We don't think about business of security. But I mean, it is a whole thing, and it does influence jobs. It influences opportunities. It influences the market. It influences a lot of stuff. So it is important to note this story should not be a surprise. Well, it shouldn't be a surprise that investing in startups are going down. 50% is substantial, like real substantial. I will really quickly tell you, just in a complete coincidence, if you are interested in startups, entrepreneurship, which I'm an entrepreneur. I own my business, which is basically two businesses. And I'm interviewing guests every single Tuesday about cybersecurity entrepreneurship. Grace Chi, the COO and co-founder of Pulsedive, is my guest, me and Ryan's guest today. So if you're interested in that, like I have an entire podcast just about that every Tuesday at 1:00, including today at 1:00. So come back and check that out. But this isn't good. I already sent this story to Ryan and Grace to get their thoughts on it for today. So we will be talking about this. Just know this, guys. Here's the deal. It's at the beginning of 2000, it was the .com boom, and there was like ridiculous, stupid valuations going on. And I know many of you are not, we're not around during the .com boom, okay? Many of you were, but many of you were not. There's 425 of you. I know some of you are younger, but at the .com boom, literally, you could start businesses that had nothing. It was called vaporware. All you had to have is like the staff with the right credentials and a business plan on what you were going to do, and you would get acquired. People were throwing money all over the place. It was stupid. And then the bubble burst. The .com boom burst. And this happened. And we're just seeing another kind of indication of that. High interest rates, inflation, recession, less spending, belt tightening, et cetera. Dude, it's money, and it's macro level economics. That's what's going on right here, okay? So this shouldn't be as a surprise. If this is a surprise to you, you should you don't have to do this, but it may benefit you to pay closer attention to macro market economics, because this is not a surprise. This is whatever, All right. Cyber starters, 1:00 on Tuesdays. Let's go. Ukrainian mobile bank. Whoops. Okay, it's okay. Here we go. Ukrainian mobile bank sees a spike in nonstop DDoS attacks. All right, here we go. Monobank, a popular online bank in Ukraine, experienced a massive DDoS attack over the weekend. The attack involved 580 million service requests over 3 days, making it the largest attack the bank has faced. The attack on Monobank occurred from Friday to Sunday, but it's really unclear if it affected bank's operations. And Monobank exclusively serves customers through a mobile app, and users reported no issues. Interesting. Monobank, frequently used for military donations, is a likely target for Russian threat actors. Okay, here we go. Glasses off. Dr. Gerald Ozier in. Tagging myself in. All right, so check it out. Couple things here. One, this might look like hacktivism, but to me, this is 100% cyber warfare. Okay? Monobank is a bank that helps fund Ukrainian efforts to fight the war in Ukraine, right? To fight against Russia. I don't care what you say, guys. Here's the deal. Wars cost money. That's why the United States' economy booms whenever we're actually in a military conflict. Because there's product being made, money being spent everywhere. Wars cost money. So one effective way, like tactically, yes, if you knock out communications like Russia did when it first invaded Ukraine, knocking out the internet, that disrupts tactical communications and the ability to respond actively. Strategic attacks take out the money, take out the supply chains, take out the capability to support the troops, pay the troops, buy bullets, buy weapons, buy food, right? If you knock out the financials, even though it's boring, you seriously compromise the ability of the military, right? The war effort gets compromised. So what it sounds like they're doing here is Russia has identified Monobank as a bank that is heavily involved in taking donations that go into Ukrainian efforts and then obviously fund that. So they have identified like that is a supply chain target that we can hit that can hopefully degrade the ability for Ukraine to respond effectively to future military strikes. Now, a distributed denial of service attack is an effective technique, I suppose, especially since they serve their clients mostly on mobile app. Now, a distributed denial of service attack requires multiple machines or bots or people opting in, which is why it's distributed. And it's a popular option for hacktivist collectives because everybody can kind of jump in and opt into being part of the distributed denial of service attack. And they shot it over the weekend at Monobank. Now, two things in the story that are interesting. One, they said Monobank wasn't down at all and no business operations were impacted. So tough break, like, yeah, nonstop DDoS attack, but it had no impact. So it really doesn't matter, right? When you're doing a risk calculation and the likelihood is imminent because they're definitely doing it, but the impact is super low because there's zero impact to business operations, then you just yawn and you go back to work because there's no impact to business operations. It's like holding a child by the forehead while they swing their arms at you. There's no impact. They're still swinging haymakers. There's a high likelihood of a haymaker getting thrown, but you're not getting touched. So what's the impact? Move on with your day. No big deal. All right. The other thing I want to point out is that denial of service attacks, while effective, are hard. With the Cyber 101 course, I literally had, past tense, a denial of service lab in the course, and I had to take it out because I literally could not generate enough traffic in a lab to blow a web server offline. So anyways, not trivial, especially if you have risk mitigations in place. But here we go. Also, I want to say that it was the largest attack the banks ever faced, and they still handled it. So way to go. Distributed denial of service risk mitigations are so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right, we are at the mid-roll. Because CSO series didn't really deliver, I'm not going to read their mid-roll here. All right, guys. All right, guys. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Saga continues.
All right. Holla, holla, holla. Welcome to the party, pals. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a great stream. Thank you so very much to all of you. This is a business continuity execution episode. We are operating in the business continuity right now. I'm reading the stories. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I want to say shout out to every single one of you. Johnny 5 for the Thailand, Ken McDonald. Guys, thank you so much for 428 of you sticking through it while we're dealing with some production issues. If you're getting value from the show, if you're getting value, educational value, entertainment value, do me a favor and hit that like button on YouTube. It helps other people find the stream. Basic as that. Guys, I want to tell you about the Simply Cyber Community Challenge really quickly. If you would like to blow up your professional network in a meaningful way. Oh, wait, hold on. What a jerk I am. What a jerk I am. Guys, I want to say thank you to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Panoptcy, and Antisyphon Training. I can't believe I forgot. Antisyphon Training, proud sponsor, and I'm proud to be affiliated with them, of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. Listen to me. This is super important because it's very timely. Antisyphon is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. What does this mean? This means that for $0, you can get the opportunity to learn skills, practice what is taught, and engage the community. It's awesome. I freaking love what they're doing at Antisyphon. And here's why it's so important. Next week, literally January 29th, 2024, next week, next Monday, you can get on John Strand's Active Defense and Cyber Deception course for $0. I'm telling you, I've taken this course. I don't know when it's going to come around again. If you have the time, sign up and take this course. You will not regret it. If you sign up and take this course and you have a bad experience, come tell me. I promise you, you won't. All right? That's how strong I am about this take. Also, the first week of February, they have the SOC core skills. You can go double dip. $0 2 weeks in a row. Get 32 hours of CPEs, 32 hours of amazing education from John Strand. I haven't taken the SOC core skills. I assume it's phenomenal, but active defense and cyber deception I have, and that is dynamite. All right, guys. Hey, listen really quick. If you want to blow up your LinkedIn network in a meaningful way like a boss, check this out. Join the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Go on LinkedIn. It's simple. Go on LinkedIn and search for the hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge. It's right there on the bottom. Connect with the people who are posting. Connect with the people who are in the comments, and you will get picked up because the next person's going to connect with the people in comments like you did, and you'll be there. 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks, you will blow up your network. Believe me. Now, we need one person to be the poster every day, the baton holder. Alexander Brown, currently the baton holder. Alexander, please tag somebody in chat. Whoever they tag, post your story and use the hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge and tag me. Just as an example, Alexander Brown posted their cyber story about the recent changes of the FDA. Whatever it is you want, tell your story, share some valuable resource, whatever. This is where, hold on, I'm putting it in chat right now. La, la, la. It's so good. It's so good. Do the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. You'll be happy you did. Tidbits Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I share a little bit about myself. One thing I'll give you a twofer today. One, Steven Seagal, a complete train wreck of a human. And there is a YouTube channel called Space Ice. Space Ice. And all he does is make these hilarious, over-the-top, ridiculously hyperbolic reviews of Steven Seagal movies. They are hilarious. Hilarious. They're completely comical. I watch them. They're so funny. He does some Van Damme ones too, but the Steven Seagal ones are so funny because Seagal is pinwheeled out of control. The other Tidbits Tuesday I want to share with everybody, it's kind of fun. I don't know if you can see it. You see this right here? This is a record player. I got a record player for Christmas, and because I have a record player, I love the Midnight. This has been a previous Tidbits Tuesday on the show, but now I have just about every single Midnight record that they make. And once I get the stereo up and running, oh boy, it is going to be lit in here. So giddy up on that. I love myself some Midnight, and I've got the vinyl going now. Woo! Woo! All right. So Tidbits Tuesday. If you're getting back into vinyl, holler at me. Let's get back into the news. All right. Let's see here. Trezor support site breach exposes personal data of 66,000 customers. ChatGPT with the briefing. Waller, gosh, it's hard to do this. Trezor issued a security alert due to a data breach on January 17th, 6 days ago. Unauthorized access occurred through third-party support ticketing portal. Ugh. Users' digital assets were not compromised. That's good. 66,000 users who interacted with Trezor support since December had their names, usernames, and so a bunch of PII exposed. Attackers posed as support and requested users 24-word seed phrases. Giving away the seed phrase could lead to... All right, so here's what happened. This sucks, man. I actually just did a interview with CSO Magazine about third-party risk. This is a perfect example. I've never heard of Trezor, okay? But listen up, practitioners, okay? Because this is super serious. I've never heard of Trezor, but it's not uncommon to use a third-party site for support. I myself am actually looking for... I need a ticketing system because right now, every single student in the Simply Cyber Academy, which is I'm officially going to be calling it, every student at Simply Cyber Academy that has a problem emails me directly, and I respond to those emails personally. And it's a lot of work on top of all the other things I'm doing. So I need like a ticketing support system. So like even small businesses need these things. But when you set up a ticketing support system, you set up third parties that can respond to these things. So what happened was, this is actually pretty clever. A threat actor group got into the ticketing support system, then pretended to be the ticketing support system people and sent messages to users of Trezor and said, hey, there's been a problem. I need your seed phrase. Now, couple things here. any business, right? Like let's just use Simply Cyber Academy for a second. Say you're a student at Simply Cyber Academy, and I've used a third-party company to help students get their passwords reset and stuff like that. Once you break into the third party, literally, like the threat actor can just say, who are the clients of this business? Trezor is just one. I bet you money, okay? I bet you money
Great cash, homie.
that there are other businesses that use that third-party service that are also compromised. Just Trezor made the news. Because why not? If the threat actors have figured out that they can email the customers of businesses that work there, then and get people to give their passwords and their seed phrases up, you're off and running. Stay silent with the super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thank you, Stay Silent, for the super chat. Hey, what I will say is there's two things here. One, even though Trezor did nothing wrong, they're the ones who have to wear they have to contact their customers and tell them that there was a problem, right? They did nothing wrong, yet they have to wear the burden of the breach. Second of all, listen, it's incumbent. It's not just enough to educate your end users like Carl. Okay. It's not enough to just educate Carl and Bob and Alice in accounting and everything. It's not enough to educate your end users. If you are a B2C company, if you have human customers, right? Not businesses, but like people, like students, right? Or whatever. You sell widgets, you sell ice cream, like whatever. If you're dealing directly with end use people, it really is incumbent upon you to educate them in good cyber hygiene. And you got to, like, it sucks, but you've got to do it well. All right. Now, like, what's the point? So this particular attack, you could have required your customers, and this, listen up, because this is serious. You could have required your customers to have 40 character passwords and 3-factor authentication, biometrics, YubiKeys, passwords. You could have required all that, and it wouldn't have mattered because most services will give you like that huge dump of keywords like banana, sunrise, Bohica, little inside joke, Slay Security, right? Like Jesse, right? Like, so if you've ever done it, you know what I'm talking about. You get this like brick of random words, right? It looks like you're trying to like operationalize the Winter Soldier or something, but that is a master key that can bypass all of your authentication. And the whole reason they do it is so if you lock yourself out, you lose your YubiKey, you forget you get amnesia, like whatever, you can get into your account still. The threat actors asked for that. So they socially engineered the end users and then got into the end users' accounts potentially. So just be mindful of that. Defense in depth. Education is super, super valuable. Education is super, super valuable to end users. Also, it sounds like Justin Gold, our Charles Finfrock is our remote cyber crypto or crypto expert. Justin Gold is our local crypto expert. Justin Gold is saying Trezor is a popular hardware wallet. And yeah, threat actors literally just, here's my thing, dude.
You are so dumb.
I hate to throw shade, but like, listen, you're running crypto. You have a hardware wallet and someone asks you to give your secret master key authentication bypass everything and you give it. What? Like, at what point do you, like, why? What social engineering like explanation are they giving? Again, I try to be supportive and inclusive and not throw shade, but man, okay, Alpha Sierra. I didn't think Kennedy knew what Bohica was. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Oh, get my glasses on. What a show. What a show. Again, we're operating at 70% capacity in the business continuity mode or DR mode. So bear with us as we keep going. Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, adds street surveillance hub so Americans can check who's checking on them. The federal government has entirely abdicated its responsibility. Strong take. The Electronic Frontier Foundation has created the Street Surveillance Hub, which provides info surveillance on systems in the U.S. The hub includes details on various surveillance systems like body cams, bio, predictive policing. It offers news feeds for citizens to stay updated on the surveillance news and allows contributions to the Atlas of Surveillance. Mods, can you grab a URL if there is one for this so I can pull it up? It'd be interesting to see. The Atlas of Surveillance, initiated in 2019 enables people to check surveillance tools used in their local area. This can include license plate readers, drones, gunshot detection mics. Oh, this is very cool. And it can help identify ring law enforcement collabs.
Regulators, mount up. It was a
All right. Surveillance isn't limited to the police. Homeowners, communities, personal tech devices also contributed to data collection. And the federal government's role in protecting privacy is limited, with more useful legislation emerging at the city and state levels. People can contribute to the project by providing information to the Atlas surveillance. This is wild. Here, is there an actual link? There we go. I'm kind of curious. So just so you guys know, the EFF, Electronic Frontier Foundation, you see them at DEF CON all the time. Their logo is like red EFF. They do good work, and they're basically like privacy. They're mostly focused on like privacy for individual citizens and preventing overreach of like surveillance and surveillance capitalism and government overreach, law enforcement abuse, stuff like that. They're really cool. You can donate to them. They're a nonprofit. If you do see them at DEF CON, do say what's up. This is a cool initiative, totally on brand. Ooh, this looks hot too. Wow.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
You know, I like a good infographic, and this right here. Hey. All right. So, like, I guess we'd have to look at this a little bit more, but let's. So there's information on the different types of technology and how government's using it. I don't know. I mean, this is really cool. I don't see how you can pull up what's being done in your area, right? Like your space. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to randomly choose Charleston, South Carolina, for reasons. Let's see what they got. Here we go. Oh, cool. Very cool. This is a cool website. This is a cool resource. Way to go, EFF. I love it. Charleston Police Department uses automated license plate readers as part of a statewide program. Ninth Circuit Solicitor's Office bought $137,000 worth of body cams in 2016. Very cool. All right, so worth checking out. I'll drop a link again in chat. Hey, if you pick up the baton, maybe you give your take on this particular story. If you're looking for a blog post or a LinkedIn post, this would be a really interesting, like basically when you're going to do those kind of opinion posts, play with it for a few minutes and then render your thoughts on it. Not just objective, like, yes, it does this, this, and this, but like, this is interesting. This is cool. Like, way to go, EFF, or this is an overreach, or law enforcement shouldn't, or what? I don't know. You tell me. Maven Gate attack could let hackers hijack Java and Android via abandoned libraries. Maven Gate attack. Let's see what it's about. All right, here we go. All right, ChatGPT hooking us up, of course. A new software supply chain attack called Maven Gate targets abandoned but still used libraries in Java and Android apps. Abandoned meaning they're no longer supported, which is bad, right? It's like end of life, basically. Attackers can hijack projects through domain name purchases, exploiting vulnerable default build configs, leading to inject malicious code into applications. 100%. Is there an infographic on this? Because this is interesting. We've seen things like this before. This totally needs an infographic. Come on. Where's my infographic? Bummer. Okay, so here's the deal. This is actually kind of an interesting attack vector. Here's the deal, right? So Java and Android libraries, they're just code out there. Code will sit dormant. Code will continue to run. Code isn't like cheese where it gets moldy and aged. It just sits there until it gets used. So I'm running a library or something, and you have to reach out to a domain name to pull down a resource. Well, if it's abandoned and the domain name goes end of life, well, then as a threat actor, I can stand up that domain, and basically I have gotten into the supply chain and the trust that library has made to go to that domain name and pull that resource down. Now, a couple of things I would say here. One, it's totally reasonable, and it's clever, but it's not really a hack, because what's happening is you're just hosting malicious content, and these libraries are pulling them just like they were programmed to do. Now, you as a threat actor, how do we operationalize this? Again, I don't support crime. I'm not trying to teach people how to be criminals here, but we do have to think like them so we can help protect from them. If you were going to do a targeted attack, right? Like I'm going to attack DreamLogic Inc.'s website, okay? Or business, right? Thanks, DreamLogic. I'm going to attack DreamLogic's business. I would have to know what technology DreamLogic's using, and I would have to know that she's using these libraries. Then I would have to get the TLD, host it. I'd have to put the malware in. I'd have to verify how the malware gets pulled in as a library call, right? You basically would want to Trojanize it, right? So that the application doesn't break. It still does what it's supposed to do, but then you have extra functionality like info stealing and stuff like that, keystroke logging, etc. So that would be really hard to do, but if you had time, if you're a sophisticated advanced threat actor, sure, you could do it. What I think would really happen more is that you buy one and then it's basically like whack-a-mole or close your eyes and swing a pillowcase with pool balls in it and see what you hit. Again, that's just a metaphor. You don't know if you buy a domain and host malware, Trojanized libraries, you don't know who's going to download it. You don't know who's using these libraries. So it basically becomes like, a crime of opportunity. If you're a threat actor, you hope you get someone, but in reality, you don't know. As a business, it's really hard to know if you have implemented technologies in your environment that those technologies have built software based on these technologies. You see what I'm saying? This is why, by the way, to kind of give you a more little bit of a piece here. If you've heard of software bill of materials or SBOM, that's an acronym that's kind of popular right now, software bill of materials. You should be mindful of that because the whole reason of software bill of materials is to know, like, I've implemented this firewall in my environment, okay? It's got a web admin portal, for example. It's got an Android app so you can remotely access it. Well, when something like this comes out, you would want to know what are the abandoned libraries that Maven Gate is hijacking in Android. If you have a software bill of materials for that firewall, you can trace back to what softwares are in it and know, okay, like the libraries are not in here or they are in here. This was really, really evident. If you go back and look at how Log4j happened and what the community response was to it, there was a lot of talk around SBOMs and needing to know what was compromised or what introduced Log4j and what didn't, because Log4j was baked into like Tomcat, which was then baked into a technology, which was then baked into a technology, which then was on the shelf that you bought and implemented. Okay. So it's not just one degree of separation. Some of these softwares and libraries, they go like 5 level deep. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. And how much stories do I got? Last story. And I got to get out of here for 9. New Mac OS malware targets cracked apps. Interesting. We're talking about Mac malware here. Let me take a sup. Like all this talk, I haven't even been able to enjoy my coffee, bro. Brian Mulder, first timer.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal. Squad members, if you would drop a John McClane on Brian Mulder, please. I don't know yet. Upgrading Jeff. I haven't heard of anything. Security researchers discover new Mac OS malware exploiting pirated software. Malware exploits pirated software to infiltrate user systems, of course. Highly sophisticated approach. This is coming from Kaspersky. Thank you, squad members. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Malicious actors have repackaged pre-cracked apps as PKG files, and they embed Trojan proxy and post-install scripts targeting macOS Ventura 13.6 and newer on Intel and Mac Silicon. They name it the Activator app with a seemingly unsophisticated GUI. The Activator uses an obsolete function to gain admin privileges and executes a Python script to patch the downloaded app. Malware's second stage payload communicates with C2, makes DNS requests for encrypted script, and then they kill the notification center process, and then they start loading malware through a stage 3 post-exploitation. sending information on installed apps. So, what's on the system. Oh my God, there's a stage 4. Jesus, can we get the, when I'm reading this story, can I get the Vince McMahon, like going nuclear? There's like another level. Stage 4, we're getting into crypto stealing, replaces legitimate wallets with infected versions, and embedded apps like Exodus steals wallet information. All right, so here's the deal. There's a lot going on here. Is there an infographic for this one? There's multiple stages. How do we not have an infographic? All right, here's the deal. Only, like, I know it sounds silly, but like, only install authorized software on your Mac, especially if you're a cryptocurrency person, especially if you're running these wallets. It sounds like the ultimate goal of these threat actors is to steal your money through your wallets, but you just don't want malware on your device. Threat actors have basically taken crack software. If someone is offering you software for free or get it at a deep discount or whatever, like it's probably malware. All right. Mac OS can get infected. It's just a Linux system. And basically you got to remember what you're doing here. When you download something and you get the pop-up that says, go ahead and install and type your password to give like root level permissions, you're basically allowing that malware to execute with the highest level permissions. And this looks like a pretty sophisticated piece of malware, by the way. If you want, it looks like it does have to talk to a C2 server. The story's coming from Kaspersky. I would imagine that there is IOCs or indicators of compromise, including C2, IP addresses, potentially domain names that you would be mindful of. If you do detect this on your machine, it doesn't say it's a rootkit, but I sure as heck would re-image the machine altogether and then tell the executive who's handing you the machine, talking about how it's infected, tell them that not to install malware. It does say it executes a Python script, so they must download a Python interpreter. I don't know if Mac OS comes default with a Python. Knowing my luck, the threat actor would download it and it would like be a Python 3 script, and I'd only have Python 2. So often I deal with Python 2, Python 3 issues. But anyways, Mac OS can get malware. It looks like it targets 13.6 and newer, and it targets Intel and Silicon chips. So no one is safe from this malware. I don't have much more other detail on this. All right, guys, we are at time. Why is that button not working? That's annoying. All right, guys, we're at time. Really quickly, I got to get out of here, but I want to remind all of you that at 1 o'clock today, my new podcast, Cyber Starters, which is focused on cybersecurity entrepreneurship, and we're bringing on cyber entrepreneurs like Grace Chi, the COO and co-founder of PulseDive today. Every single episode we're tackling a topic. Today, we're talking about bootstrapping. So how do you fund a cybersecurity entrepreneurship? Guys, you don't need millions of dollars and like a staff of 50 people to launch a cybersecurity company. You can do it with just, I'm doing it with one person and, some wonderful help from the mods and, Chuck Sapp and Kimberly and, so many wonderful people. Let me give some mod love. All right, guys, mod love. Mod. Mods are so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right. I do have to go to the Citadel right now and go teach, so I got to boogie out of here. I've got 1 minute. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely enjoyed the stream. Sorry again to... no one took the baton. We need a baton pass before I can get out of here. We need someone to take the baton. Who wants the baton? We need a baton pass. Anna Lynn, good to see you. Come on. Who's got the baton? Carl Ron. Yes, Carl. All right, Carl Ron, look forward to your baton to your Simply Cyber Community Challenge post. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. No jaw jacking. I got to go teach. I'm Jerry, your chat. Until next time, stay secure. Thank you, everybody. Again, apologies for how the show was run today. We're just operating in DR mode. It's the best we can do. I think it was a great show. Be well, and I'll see you at 1 p.m. today. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.